a lot of my time trying to make sure that we have the assets and resources necessary to make sure that we have a safe and secure border. Plus, I have to tell you, the drug traffic coming into this country, south of the border, is just, it's almost incomprehensible.
Polypropylene.
And no, I know we don't get polypropylene yet, but the fact is that you look at the mayhem. And I went down to Laredo a couple times over the last 4 years. Laredo, Texas, and I was just again astounded by what I was just seeing in their local papers, and learning from officials down there about what's going on the other side of the border in Nuevo Laredo, Mexico. And they're telling me that if you want a death sentence, become the chief of police in Nuevo Laredo. And the guy was appointed, and within hours he's assassinated. They had to fire their whole police department in Nuevo Laredo, Mexico, city of 750,000 people, because of the corruption. They bring in the federales. The federales could never recreate on the Mexican side of the border for downtime. They bring them over to the American side just for time off, because the corrupting influences are so bad. And then you read about the various types of crimes committed by the cartels. I mean, the decapitations, the mutilation of people. It's just it's almost unspeakable, and it's been too prevalent, so bad that our own Department of Defense said they have been worried about the viability of two states, Pakistan and Mexico. And I don't know that we're at that stage of Mexico. In fact, our own Defense Department has made that statement should be very unsettling to all of us. And so our neighbor south of the border has some real problems. And I wish a lot of people coming into this country, obviously many are coming here because they're looking for opportunities. Others are coming in here to sell drugs and commit crimes and smuggle people. And their cost to our state and local governments, healthcare, education, you name it, we pay it. And as a great sovereign nation, we have an obligation to operate under the law, and we have an obligation to make sure that we can take care of, that we can manage lawful entrance and exit. And we're going to have to get exit under control, because that is a bigger problem. That is a huge problem that we have not adequately addressed.
I was wondering if you were in favor of immigration reform.
The short answer is yes, and I just outlined it. It's good. But I just outlined where I was. Good.
Congressman Dent, I'm Councilwoman Stephanie Kovacs of Hellertown. We have many problems here in Hellertown since we are a small community. Right. One of which is, since you are on Homeland Security, under Directive Number 5, if something happens at the Sands Casino, we're presenting to you a solution where we want to demolish our old Reinhardt building and build a multicultural arts center. But we're having difficulties obtaining the permission to blow it up. If it was up to me, I think we would have a cigar party. Well, we want to build this in cooperation and in conjunction with the Sands Casino, and there was a possibility we can attach onto a project that Easton is working on with the Smithsonian. And we're being delayed by saying it's a national, or it is a state historical site. And I would
So you're dealing with the State Historic Review Board there?
And they are denying us, saying that it is the 1910 building. It's not even the original building. The original building was torn down 3 years prior because my great-grandfather was a teacher there. And I have the picture to prove that. Yep. Secondly, it is in such disappropriations. And on your way home today, drive past Magnolia and Northampton Street and see how bad it is.
So you're dealing with the State Historic Museum Commission on these historical reviews?
Yes.
And I know those can be a little frustrating.
Oh, more than.
They can be a bit frustrating when you're trying to do a redevelopment project. Have you talked to your state rep about that, or state senator about what they can do to help us?
Yes, and they're working on it as well. But there are so many projects that Hellertown has over 150 homes between Hellertown and Lower Saucon that are in foreclosure. And I've personally invited Mr. Barney Frank to come down here and take a look at the wonderful work he has been doing. Your office has also been very helpful in helping families around here. But since government creates no product, they certainly take a lot of freedoms away from us and trying to create new things that are causing us more taxes. And that's not right. And I think it's high time that they come down and see what they've done.
Well, let's take a look at this project, and again, I understand how frustratingly difficult it can be to get through